Hey there, awesome people. Today I'm doing a check-in, giving a quick summary of what we're planning to cover in the future episodes, and asking for you to tell us what you're most interested in hearing about first. Awesome Earthkind is about how humanity is harnessing the four incredible forces of nature. We've received a couple of questions about the name, and we're asked to spell it out, so here we go. The A in awesome is for air, W for water, E for earth, S for sun. AWES, the power of nature which awes us. The last two letters of our awesome are M and E. That's for you and me and the 7 billion of us that are Earthkind, the fifth element. We are another force of nature that is transforming our world, and energy is central to our civilization. If you haven't watched it yet, please take a look at the 90-second video on our website, awesomeearthkind.com. The energy big three, electricity, heat, and transportation, are responsible for 90% of our greenhouse gas emissions. Think about how much you're currently paying for your electricity, heat, and transportation. Until we make the transition to 100% clean energy, just about every dollar that you're spending on energy is the vast majority of your carbon footprint. Here's what we covered in the first 4 episodes. The first episode was with Dennis Hayes, the guy who organized the first Earth Day and then helped make Earth Day the largest non-religious holiday in the world. Dennis discusses how the impossible has already been done with buildings that create more energy than they use, and inspires us to never give up, because no matter how dark things seem, there is always hope. The second interview was with clean energy pioneer Scott Sklar, who was ridiculed for 40 years, but now has built clean energy projects on every continent, including Antarctica. Scott pays $39 a month for all the electricity, heat, and hot water in his Virginia suburban home and office building, and he shares how solar and wind are now the cheapest sources of energy on the planet, and how renewables are the primary source of new electric generation coming online across the globe. The third episode, based on your questions, is how to choose LED lighting. And that's with Bernie Erickson, the guy who installed LEDs in the $4 billion Oculus Center next to the 9/11 Memorial in New York City. The fourth episode is with Bernie and Jeff Barrett, an energy and ventilation expert. They share how UV lighting and ionized air can help fight COVID by eliminating 99.999% of the virus in 30 minutes, and how you can get it for your home, workplace, or school. Here's what we're planning to cover in the upcoming episodes, and please let us know what you'd most like to hear about first. Clean energy in our kids, the impact that climate change is having on our kids' physical and mental health, and what we can do to help them cope and deal with the fear. Solar for your homes. Over 90% of homeowners have or are now considering solar. Whether it's better to own, take a loan, lease, or pay for performance. What happens when you buy or sell a house with solar, especially if you have a long-term contract, and how you can gain the financial and environmental benefits with community solar, even if you can't put a solar system on your property. Clean heating, how air and ground source heat pumps can replace your current heating and cooling systems and save you money, especially for new construction, and especially if you currently heat with oil. You already have at least one heat pump, your refrigerator. Your air conditioner is another type of heat pump. An air source heat pump is an air conditioner that cools in the summer and reverses the process to heat in the winter, and it does so down to -15 or even -20 degrees outside. Ground source, or geothermal heat. How to use the 55 degrees of heating and cooling that is under our feet in the ground. How geothermal costs are coming down, how the science and standardized engineering has improved, and various cost-saving options. As examples, we'll discuss how St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City put in geothermal, how the new Cornell University campus at the Bloomberg Center on Roosevelt Island is also net zero with solar and geothermal, and how an affordable housing complex in a New York City suburb provides heat at 10% less cost than natural gas and gives their tenants air conditioning for only $10 a month. We'll discuss how geothermal is the best solution for new construction of homes and commercial spaces, and how the geothermal wells under the footprint of almost any building anywhere in the United States or elsewhere can supply 100% of the heating, cooling, and hot water for buildings as tall as 30 stories. Just under the footprint of the building, go up 30 stories. All the heat, hot water, and cooling. Clean transportation. There are now over 50 electric cars on the markets today with models from every manufacturer, and it's experienced exponential growth worldwide. We went from no electric vehicles to 1 million. It took over 20 years. From the first million to the second million, 18 months. From the second million to the third million, 8 months. Now we're at over 7.5 million electric vehicles, and it's just going wild. There are utility, state, and federal cash and tax incentives that make most EVs cheaper to buy than their gas equivalents today. How 98% of most people's trips are less than 50 miles, and how you can just plug your electric vehicle into a regular electric socket in your garage for virtually all of your daily travel. How it only has 20 moving parts instead of 2,000. No oil changes, no transmission fluids, no explosions happening under your hood, and how you go from 0 to 60 in 3 to 5 seconds. And how you can use certain electric cars as an emergency generator to power your entire house for up to 5 days. And wait, there's more! When your electric car is parked, how in several states this coming spring, you can turn your electric car into a money machine and earn between $3,000 and $9,000 a year by having your car battery discharge into the electric grid when the grid needs it, and then get your energy back to take you home and go wherever else you need in off-peak times. More clean transportation. The opportunities and advocacy for school and public buses, what's happening with that? How one city in China, one city has more electric buses than the entire public diesel fleets of New York, Chicago, and LA combined. They're quiet, they're emission-free, and they can also be used as mobile emergency power sources during extreme weather events and blackouts. Clean energy jobs. How 3.5 million Americans already work in the clean energy industry, and how that's more than all the fossil fuel jobs, and even more than all the teachers or all the waiters and bartenders across the country. And the job opportunities that are there for you and your children. Clean energy entrepreneurs who are creating innovative business models. The job opportunities with large-scale solar and wind projects, employee empowerment, and how employees are getting their employers to not only adopt clean energy in their workplace, but also getting the lobbyists and trade associations to advocate for clean energy for state and federal government policies. Clean energy and environmental justice. How asthma rates in environmental justice community are as high as 25% or more for children there, and how clean energy is making communities healthier and providing new job opportunities for their residents. Local efforts. How dozens of communities across the country have changed their local zoning laws so that new construction is fossil fuel free, and how you can get yours to do the same. Community choice aggregation. How coming together with your neighbors can provide the group purchasing power to lower your energy costs and secure more clean energy for everyone in your community. Homeowner case studies. What homeowners just like you are doing to move to clean energy for their electricity, heating, and transportation, how they did it, and how they saved money doing it. And so much more. What's your biggest energy expense? And what's stopping you from going clean and saving green? Please go to our website, awesomeearthkind.com, and take the 2-minute survey about what you most want to hear on this show. You'll automatically be entered into a sweepstake for a LED light fixture, just like these, and a free energy consultation. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, You are an awesome force of nature. Together, we can create a brighter, healthier, more sustainable, prosperous, and just future for our kids and all future generations. Until next time, take care, stay well, and energize.